Hello everyone, Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi Rosen here. As always, it's wonderful to spend a few moments with you before Shabbat begins with an idea that I hope will resonate with you. It was writer Malcolm Gladwell who made the observation that there is a tipping point in life, a time in which a product or an idea emerges from a kind of small-scale awareness into a societal phenomenon. We only have to think about how something as significant as civil rights became the law of the land from the Jim Crow era, and more recently, how the greater acceptance of the legalization of marijuana has taken hold throughout the country. These would have been unheard of in earlier times. We find this in the Torah as well. There comes to be a point in which God can no longer tolerate the suffering of the Israelites and says, I will take them out of Egyptian slavery. And in this morning's portion, there is a lesson involving a tipping point that I think speaks to everybody. Joseph has seen his brothers come back into his life, the brothers that had sold him into slavery 22 years before. They come to him in search of food because of the famine in the land. At first, Joseph is confused. He doesn't know quite what to do. He seems to want to embrace his brothers, but at the same time harbors such hurt and anger over having been sold into slavery so many years before. And so he taunts them. He accuses them of being spies. He demands that his youngest brother, Benjamin, be brought back to Egypt to join him. He does all sorts of things in order to demonstrate how he wants to make life miserable for his brothers. But finally, Judah, in a very impassioned speech at the beginning of the Torah portion of Vayigash this week, says in 17 verses of pure and unadulterated drama and of confession, I have done wrong as my brothers have done wrong. It will be a source of enormous pain to our father if Benjamin comes back and is not returned to him safely back into the land of Canaan. So I will be prepared to take his place. Keep me, but leave our brother alone. It's this moment, this tipping point, where Judah is prepared to personally take the place of his brother and be a slave unto Joseph, that causes Joseph to realize he can no longer contain his anger and must forgive his brothers. And so he reveals himself. I think that this is a lesson for us all. There are times when we cannot live by proxy, where we cannot live by an idea, but we have to dive in ourselves in the spirit of the name of the portion, Vayigash, and he approached, to make it clear that we are going to be the individuals who are prepared to take full responsibility for what needs to be done. No substitutes will do. It's those moments that can make a tipping point in family life, in organizational life, in religious life, in all corners of life. I hope that you've had such tipping points in your experiences. It would be good to share them with each other, I think, and I look forward to hearing of yours. Here's to some good tipping points for good and for blessing in all of our lives. Shabbat Shalom.